4th July 2022. Morning Murli. Shanti. BapDada. Madhuban. Sweet children, Baba has come to make you 100 times fortunate. That is, to make you into the masters of heaven. Your task is to make everyone the same as yourselves. Question: what is the number one conference and when does it take place? What is the attainment received from this conference? Answer: the number one conference is the meeting of souls with the Supreme Soul at confluence age. When this conference takes place, souls receive the inheritance of liberation and liberation in life from the Supreme Soul. This conference is called the True Gathering. The gathering of this Kumbh Mela is a first-class conference. After this conference, there will be no more conferences or sacrificial fires or penance. All of those comes to an end. Song: Mother, oh Mother, you are the bestower of fortune. Shanti. You children heard the song of praise. You children understand that on the path of devotion there is nothing but praise of whatever happened in the past. There is also praise of the world mother. The praise of the world mother is, you are the bestower of fortune means bhagya. This is praise and devotion. You do not sing praise or do devotion. You understand that only the Father is the bestower of 100-fold fortune means saubhagya. 100-fold fortune means extreme fortune. The bestower of fortune and 100-fold fortune is only the one. There is none other. Only at this time do you know this. They just do devotion and sing praise. We are no longer devotees. We have become the children of God. How we make our fortune and become 100 times fortunate by following Srimad all depends on our efforts. At present, you are making effort to claim the inheritance from the Father. You understand that all the children have to claim their inheritance from the one Father. You are the ones who are fortunate, 100 times fortunate. That is, you are the bestowers of fortune, because you are the children of the Mother and Father. It is also your task to make each human being fortunate, 100 times fortunate. To become 100 times fortunate means to become a master of heaven. Those who are 100% fortunate become the masters of heaven, but this is number-wise. Only those of the San dynasty may be called 100 times fortunate. The silver age is 2 degrees less, and so it cannot be called heaven. It cannot be called the San dynasty. You children know that we have to become 100%, 100 times fortunate. We have to become prince and princesses in the San dynasty. This is a godly college. God is the creator of the world. This is a college for becoming the masters of the world. God is teaching us. He says, I am teaching you, I make you into emperors of emperors. But it all depends on how you study. To whatever extent someone studies, so he will teach others to the same extent. Just as they are the 100 times fortunate, so they will make others fortunate to the same extent. This is the task of your children. Shivbaba is the one who teaches you. All the rest, Brahma, Saraswati, and all the Brahmin children study. All of you Brahmins know that we are to become deities once again. At present, Bharat has no religion. No one knows the deity religion. Not to know your religion is considered to be irreligiousness. There is power in religion. When those of the deity religion existed in the golden age, there was a lot of happiness. It is now the iron age. You have to make effort to go into the golden age. You have to become liberated in life. You have to renounce your lives of bondage. Remember heaven. Whether you say remembrance or yoga, it is the same thing. Yoga is called communication. Your yoga is only with one shivbaba. You do not have communion with anyone except shivbaba, and so you must only remember him. Baba, you're so sweet. It wasn't even in our minds or our hearts that you would perform such wonders and give us the kingdom of heaven. You have to remember the Father, that is, have communion. No matter what the circumstances may be, remember Baba, speak to Baba. Everyone's communion is with that one. When any difficulty comes, they say, "Oh God, grant this one a longer lifetime." We have put in a request and it is now up to you. This is communion. This pilgrimage of remembrance only takes place once. When the Father comes and teaches you, all other communions are taught by human beings to human beings. They go to the gurus and say, "Have mercy on us, forgive us, remove these calamities." You are now sitting with Baba. You can remember Baba and ask him, "Baba, what can we do in this situation?" Baba explains, "Child, there is happiness and sorrow according to Brahma. Your communion is with the Father." Baba says, "Child, the suffering is the result of your karma. I have now come to make your stage karmatit. You have to experience suffering and settle your account of karma. I will now teach you to perform very elevated actions. This communion is that of souls with the Supreme Soul. The Father's soul sits here and has communion with your souls. It is not possible anywhere else for the Supreme Soul to have communion with souls, or for souls to have communion with the Supreme Soul. Neither do they consider themselves to be souls, nor do they know the Supreme Soul. They just tell tall stories. Have you ever heard that the Supreme Soul is a star, or that an imperishable part is recorded in him? Have you ever heard such words before? They never have communion. They never have a conversation. They simply remember the Brahma element. It is not possible to have a conversation with the Brahma element. Conversation only takes place between souls. How would you converse with the sky? Souls that reside in the Greek element come down here to play their parts. But how could they have communion with the land of Nirvana? That is just an element. Communion is only between souls and God. It is the soul that listens and speaks through these organs. A body cannot do anything without a soul. This communion of souls with the Supreme Soul only takes place once. It is this that is praised. It is said souls have been separated from the Supreme Soul for a long time. Communion takes place now and then never again. Do the deities have communion? They never even stay in remembrance. Now you children understand that your souls have a connection with the Father. Everyone remembers the Father. "Oh, purifier, come." Souls say this to the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, who enters this body at this time. He is called the bestower, who gives peace. How can we go to the land of peace? The Father said, "Children, I have to come every cycle to give you the inheritance of peace and happiness." They too remember him and say, "Oh, purifier, come." The Father sits here and explains to the children, "Children, you now have to come to me. Souls have a huge burden of sins. It is souls that have to suffer for them. They are made to adopt bodies and given punishment. It is only then that a soul is able to free. If someone's body is hurt, it is the soul that feels the pain. It is said a pure charitable soul or a sinful soul. But human beings do not have the knowledge at all that they are souls. Communion of souls takes place with other souls. It is souls that perform the entire play. A soul with his body says, I have 7 children. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is incorporeal. He says, I have come into this body. I have this many children. How many children? Is he the grandfather of? Just calculate this. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, creates the human world through Brahma. Acha, whose child is Brahma? Shivbaba's. It remains in the intellect that the Supreme Father creates the world through Brahma. Brahma is not the creator. Only the incorporeal Supreme Soul Shiv can be called the creator. He comes and adopts you through Prajapita Brahma. He continues call you child, child. Only you understand these things. This does not sit in anyone's intellect to the same extent. Only the Father gives the inheritance. He makes you worthy. Remember the Father. This is known as the ancient yoga of Bharat, through which scenes are absorbed, and then your final thoughts will lead you to your destination. You become free from illness by having remembrance, and your lifespan increases. The reward is received by making effort. No one knows how they became the masters of heaven. They keep singing the praise, but none of them understand the meaning of it. They do a lot of worship and go on pilgrimages. There it is completely peaceful. Although the Father is the ocean of knowledge, he says it is just a matter of a second. Simply remember me, and the inheritance is definitely yours. Man Manabhav. Constantly remember me. And Madhyajibhav means keep your aim and objective in front of you. The rest is explanation and detail. You have been receiving that for a long time. Those people hold so many conferences. They hold religious conferences and yoga conferences. They are all useless. There is only the one Father who gives liberation in life in a second. When there is the conference of souls with the Supreme Soul, souls receive liberation from the Supreme Soul. It is sung, souls have been separated from the Supreme Soul for a long time, and a beautiful meeting takes place when they find the Sadguru, the agent. The Father comes and makes the world new and makes us worthy of it. This is the number one conference. It is called the Kumbh Mela. Kumbh also refers to the confluence. This meeting at the confluence age when the Supreme Soul comes and meets you souls is a first class conference. You receive liberation in life in a second. There will then be no more conferences or sacrificial fires or penance. Everything comes to an end. Your conference of souls with the Supreme Soul is the number one conference. When a soul enters a body, it becomes a human being. Baba says, if I did not enter this body, how could I introduce myself? How could I make you into knowers of the 3 aspects of time and spinners of the discus of self-realization? You see, we have become spinners of the discus of self-realization. Human beings do not understand this. They have given the discus to Krishna as well as to Vishnu. They have put Krishna's name in the Gita. Really, there is no question of a discus. Baba sits here and explains to you the secrets of the beginning, the middle, and the end of the world. This conference is first class. All other conferences that are held are a waste of time. The best conference is that of human souls with the Supreme Soul. Human souls remembered the Supreme Soul, and so he would have definitely come into a human body. How else would he speak? This is the best conference when the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, comes and grants salvation to everyone. It would definitely be impure souls who hold a conference with the purified, because only then would they become pure. These are such easy points to understand. The most elevated yoga is that of souls with the Supreme Soul, and it is only taught by the Supreme Soul when he comes. Remember me constantly, O living souls, have yoga with me. Your paralogic father and all your sins will be absolved. When all the souls meet the Supreme Soul, he will definitely come and give the inheritance. Only that Father is the bestower of salvation and the bestower of liberation in life for all. No one else can tell you these things. When you tell others these things, they say, "We have never heard this before." You explained all of these things very clearly. These things are not even in the scriptures, but how could they be in the scriptures? The Father says you receive liberation in life in a second. What would they learn from the scriptures? Baba is the death of all deaths. He takes the children back with him. He would definitely come and make you pure and then take you back with him. He is making you pure. Everyone is pure in the golden age. He must definitely come at the confluence age to make you pure. You children understand that it is now the confluence age of the cycle. The Father has come to make you have communion with Him. He says, I have entered the ordinary body of Brahma. This Dada was not Brahma, although in reality he was originally a senior Brahmin. He renounced all of that. Creation now has to be created through Brahma. And so Brahma is needed. Baba himself says, I have entered the body of Brahma. The one who is number one pure becomes number one impure. But that one becomes pure after taking the full 84 births, and he then becomes an angel. The same applies to you. Brahmins then become deities. Those who make more effort receive a higher status. You are all benefactors. It is not just one Baba who brings benefit. Many helpers of God are needed. You are on Godfatherly service. The English words are very good. Although they don't enter heaven, they sing, It is heavenly God, the Father who establishes heaven. This is a matter for the intellect. Bharat was heaven, it is now hell. No one except the Father can establish heaven. Only when hell comes to an end does the Father comes to take us back and send us to heaven. The Father has to come into hell to make us the masters of heaven. You are now sitting in between heaven and extreme hell. The rest are all in extreme hell. Only you children go to heaven through your efforts. Therefore, you should have a lot of happiness. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, BapDada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children says Namaste and good morning to the spiritual father. Essence for the dharana. First point, have true communion means yoga with the one Father. Let your heart-to-heart conversation be with only the Father. Only put your request to the Father and not to any human beings. Second point, become helpers of God and show everyone the path to heaven. Become benefactors for all. Blessing. May you always have a right to supersensuous joy in Brahman life by giving and receiving happiness. Explanation. Those who have a right to supersensuous joy constantly swing and the swing of happiness with the Father. They would never have the thought, this one has caused me a lot of sorrow. They have promised not to cause sorrow or take sorrow. Even if someone forcefully causes it, you would not accept it. A Brahmin soul is someone who is always happy. The duty of Brahmins is to give happiness and receive happiness. They are souls who are embodiments of happiness, living in a world of happiness. Slogan: be humble and people will bow down to you and give you cooperation. Om Shanti.